All right, so everybody and their mother has an opinion about the housing market right now. Your neighbor, your coworker, people who haven't even looked at the actual data in a while. And for most of what you're hearing, it's basically based on what the national headlines have been telling you and nothing to do with what's actually happening in your neighborhood this summer. So we're in the middle of one of the busiest seasons of real estate, and there's been a lot of noise. Mortgage rates have been bouncing around. I get it. At the beginning of this year, we thought we'd see the 5%. We've been hovering in the 6s since. And then also headlines just keep calling for the crash that hasn't come. So inventory is shifting, and in the middle of all of it, people are trying to figure out whether this summer is the right time to buy, sell, or stay put. I want to cut you through the noise and show you where things actually stand right now. Key point number one, home prices are stable. They're not spiking or dropping. We've actually seen some incline as far as prices going up. And we're starting to see it more on average as far as what the typical appreciation that you would see in most years, which is normally somewhere between 3 to 5%. And as of most recent data, the national median home price is sitting at around $440,600, give or take, which is about 1.8% from this time last year. So we have seen an increase. Again, that's national data, right? So that's not the double-digit appreciation though that we saw during the pandemic. And it's not a correction either. It's just steady, right? And we don't want to go through that again. We don't want to go through that anomaly of what happened during COVID and watch prices hit that 10, 15, 20%. We want to stay around this because that keeps it balanced for both the seller and the buyer. And so prices do tend to peak in the summer months, which is also, why a lot of people do wait until that summer to sell. And that pattern is holding. But we're not seeing the kind of runaway appreciation that priced people out a few years ago, which is great for most buyers right now too, right? So for buyers and sellers, that kind of stability is actually a healthy thing, right? Because it makes it more balanced. It makes it good for both the buyer and the seller. Now, to send you over to my key point number two here, mortgage rates have actually improved since last summer. So mortgage rates are in the mid 6% range right now, and they've actually come down compared to last summer. So we've been hovering in that 6 to 6.5 pretty much all year so far, and they don't really expect it to go underneath 6. But right now, the 30-year fixed rate is averaging, like I said, around 6.5%, which is down from about 7% a year ago. And that improvement has put some buyers back in the market who are sitting on the sidelines. And again, it makes it the right time to buy because we don't know when the interest rates are ever going to drop, back to that 3%, which we'll probably never see. Speculation only, but the trend has been gradually improving. And every fraction of a point matters when you're financing a new home, obviously. Right? So that's big for anything right now, right? The interest rate's huge for most buyers. Now, my key point number three here is affordability has actually improved this summer. So here's the part that surprises most people. So even with prices at record highs, homes are more affordable than they were a year ago. That's because wages have actually been growing faster than home prices. So as of right now, inventory is sitting at about 4.6 months of supply, roughly where it was a year ago, and still below the 5 to 6 month most economists consider balance. So buyers aren't drowning in options, but their buying power has gone up, and that's the real shift. Because realistically, so when you think of what the absorption rate is or the amount of months of inventory is, anything kind of under that 4% makes it more of a seller's market. But that's why we say we want to keep it kind of around the 4 months of inventory, maybe 5 months, because it makes it more of a balanced market. We got more inventory, we got more choices for buyers, which means if you're selling a home, you'll have some more options as well, right? So it takes us to our next point, right? Which is key point number 4. The economy is noisy, but the real estate is steady. We're really seeing that. So of course, all the headlines out there telling you all sorts of different things, but it really is pretty steady right now. And the stock market, has also hit all-time highs. So consumer confidence might be a little bit low, but energy prices are climbing because of global conflicts. And through all of this, real estate has been one of the steadiest assets you can hold on to. And that's the reason why I actually have my own rental properties, because I'd rather have something that's solid for that reason. And, homes are selling, prices are holding, and people are making moves this summer and doing it with better information than we've ever had in years. So right now, the national picture is clear, right? Prices are stable, rates are better than last year, and affordability has improved. But national numbers are just the starting point. What really matters is what's happening in your neighborhood and your specific situation. So if you want to know what the market actually looks like in your area right now, reach out. I'll walk you through the real numbers so you're making decisions based on data and not headlines. Have a great day.